Number 9. Oh, that's right. We looked at that one yesterday. I said we'll do it in class. So we have 2y equals 64. Whoa. So 2 raised to the y power equals 64. So if you see this kind of problem, think about this. I'd say count on your fingers. 2 to the first, 2 to the second is 4, 2 to the third is 8, 2 to the fourth is 16, 2 to the fifth is 32, 2 to the sixth is 64. I would literally do that. Because 2 times 2 is 4 times 8, 16, 32, 64. 2 to the 6th power. So 2 raised to the 6th power is indeed equal to 64. Now, when you get to algebra 2, you're actually going to use log on that, the LOG button on your calculator, and it'll work. Well, I'm going to teach you logs. So with these, I was just trying to see if I could count it up. So just kind of think 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth, 2 to the fifth, 2 to the sixth. Sounds like COVID over there. So that's how I'd go. All right, what else do we have? Any other questions from the homework? What? Who? Nope. I'm not a Kahoot fan. Huh? No. Not doing it. Live. All right, let's have notes. Let's see. I got one. You need notes? Anyone else need notes from yesterday? Get them out, because I know if you were here yesterday, you got the notes. All right, y'all ready? Okay, well, I'm going anyhow. Yes. All right, so yesterday, just kind of on some basic review. On some basic review yesterday, we did x raised to the n times x raised to the m. So like bases, we add the exponents. We also talked about the power to a power, where we multiply them. So like bases, when added, or like bases when multiplied, excuse me. You add the exponents. Power to a power. You multiply the exponents. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday. So let's look at this one. Should be an N right there. Okay. So what I want us to think about when we do this is the funnel game that's now been banned, tug of war. Some people call it tug war. But it's where people pull rope opposite direction. If you pull the other team to a certain distance, you win. Okay? So I'm going to refer to this as tug of war or tug of war. You're not a big deal which one we refer to. It's going to work out. Okay. So actually, let me go back to this one. So let's say I had x to the 10th over x to the 8th. Who wins, top or bottom? By how many?
2.
Done. There's our tug of war.
That was not that very interesting of a battle.
I know. Numbers are boring.
Yeah. Can't even fight.
Yeah. All right. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our A and our B values. So this first one, I'm plugging -2 in for A. So I want us to think about this real quick.
-2.
Hang on. If we're going to plug -2 in for A, will it be a positive or a negative answer?
It's a
What?
negative because you don't have parentheses.
What is being squared here?
The
A is being squared. What is A equal to?
-2.
So what am I squaring?
-2.
-2. So I'm squaring -2 because I plugged it in. Okay? Plus, my B value is just 3 squared. So -2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. So that just comes out to 13. Is that okay?
Wait, so why did you put parentheses?
Because I replaced A with -2. It wasn't just given to me as -2 squared. I replaced the variable with -2. So there was replacement that took place. So it's going to be the same thing on here. So our A value is -2. It's going to stay like that. Our B value is 3 to the third. And then A squared is -2 squared. And then,
27 times 30.
oh, that's to the second. All right, so, oops. All right, so friends. Is -2 and -2 to the first the same thing? Uh-huh. Let's do a tug of war with the twos. Who wins, top or bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom by how many? The bottom wins by 1. Okay, tug of war with the threes, the bases of 3. Who wins, top or bottom? Top by 1, right? So I wind up with 3 over 2, or 3 over -2. So what did I do here? What's the big difference of me doing it this way or multiplying it all out? Well, one, if you multiply it all out, you're going to have extremely large numbers. And then you have to try and reduce it. If you understand the concept of, hey, my bases are this. So I took an A value of -2, plugged it in, -2 to the first. On bottom, I had -2 to the second. -2s are the same, so tug of war, bottom wins. So I get this 2. On top, 3 wins by 1, so it's 1 times 3. I guess I didn't need the 1 there originally. Yeah. You could, but the problem with that is you will get larger and larger numbers over larger and larger numbers. And then you have to reduce this fraction with 45,283 over 216,407 or something like that. So if you realize the trick on it, I originally had bases raised to an exponent, and I could do a tug of war. That'll work. Okay? Huh. All right, so can I move on? All right, we got away from that. Oh, we said if we have a negative exponent, what does it want to do?
Negative square.
Is this the same as this? What does the negative exponent do? Moves down, changes locations. So it was on top, now move to the bottom, and there's no longer a negative exponent because it switched positions. It went from top to bottom.
I thought you said that it means it's just from bottom to top.
if it switches positions, goes from top to bottom, bottom to top. It was in my notes yesterday, promise you. So think about it on this one. I'm going to get y to the second, x to the third. I switched one from top to bottom, one from bottom to top. Now I no longer have a negative exponent.
I don't even get how those
You don't think I have these as the right answer?
No, I don't get how they are answered.
Okay.
They're literally just plain.
So a negative exponent, if you have a negative exponent, it wants to move. We can make anything a fraction by putting anything over 1.
Right.
So if we have something that has a negative exponent, it's going to change its location. It goes from a numerator to a denominator to a numerator. So like this one, the 3 stays up on top, and it's now joined by the y to the 8th, and it's done. Okay? It moves up. Yeah. Is the 3 raised to an exponent? It's content where it's at. All right, so let's look at this one. 6 over 4. What does 6 over 4 reduce to?
3
over 3 over 2. We good so far? I have x to the negative third downstairs. If I move it up here, I get that. What else is going to join upstairs?
The y to the 6.
No, the y to the 6 is not a negative exponent. But the z to the negative 1 is. There it is. There's my answer. Yes or no? So the things that are moving on that, this wants to move locations as well as this, and then we had to reduce those. The y to the 6 stays down. Okay? So this one, I'm going to flip-flop it. Now we do a tug of war. Who wins, top or bottom? Top by 3. Good. Done. It's all done. Huh. Okay. 3 over 6. Does 3 over 6 reduce?
Yes.
1 over 2. Y'all got to get your basic skills down. If you can't reduce 3 over 6, you shouldn't be in high school. I mean, I'm serious. It's like, what's 2 squared? 97. Where the hell did you get that? I mean, some of you have such low basic skills. If you don't do something over the summer, I can assure you that geometry is going to turn into an F. I'm kidding you not. It's pathetic that someone cannot reduce 3 over 6. I mean, that was taught the very first day you ever did fractions. Oh, I didn't do good at math. Well, then why didn't you get help back in elementary school? Pathetic. X to the 7th, x to the 5th. Tug of war. Who wins, top or bottom? Top by 2. Done. Why didn't the 2 move up?
Because it was in negative, and it did have a negative.
Good. X raised to the 2nd is nowhere close to 2.
I thought you were crossing out the 1.
Yeah, I would put the X in. All right. 3 and 3, they cancel, yes?
Yeah.
2.
It's not to 1.
Okay, so I'm guaranteed to have a 2 in the denominator because of this. Let's see. I have these. They are not on top or bottom, so I combine them. Like bases, what do I do with the exponents? Add them, so I get x to the 6th. What does this one want to do? Move up. So now I get y to the 5th up on top, and I have y to the 3rd down on bottom. Top by 2. Love it. Pretty easy. Tug of war, not too bad. Not the most fun game until somebody loses a finger.
Loses a finger.
That's why they're not allowed to do tug of war in high school assemblies any longer. It's because some village idiot in California looped their finger into it, and everyone on their side let go except for that person, and their finger got yanked off. So we're gonna do a rule. There's a new rule. New rule: no tug of war if someone lost a finger.
How do you tie it around your finger?
I don't know.
I tied it around my waist and just fell back.
I don't know. But I kid you not. That's why we cannot longer have tug of war. Yeah. I don't know how that finger got. I don't know how that finger got dorked into it, but they made up a rule. It has to be nationwide. Someone lost a finger, therefore we can't do it. You realize common sense doesn't exist any longer.
Or doing the IQ test to make sure your IQ is over 5.
It's like, here, don't put the rope in your mouth because it might pull a tooth out. Okay. He didn't tell me I couldn't wrap my finger around it. My finger's gone, so now we're going to make a rule. No one can do it. Nobody. Ever. All right. Holy moly, guacamole. Okay. There's a lot. Okay, so negative 30 over 15 is negative 2 on top. Agree so far? All right. This wants to move down. And it's going to join this one down here. So how many x's are going to be on bottom then? 5. Good. These guys want to flip-flop. So the y to the 9th goes on top. So if the y to the 9th goes on top,
2.
Who wins?
2. By 2.
Top wins by 2. Okay. Tug of war with the z's. Who wins? Top or bottom?
Bottom.
By
2.
Okay. Not the worst thing ever. Power to power, we do what with the exponents? Power to power, we do what with the exponents?
Multiply.
Oh, and then I got this 3. It's just kind of an arbitrary 3.
See anything.
What is? Oh my gosh!
No, I do.
Came back. What is this? What is this going to do? This is going to do?
It's gonna move.
Move where? Yes. So
it's gonna make its own colony.
So I get this. All right. So now I have c to the 25th on bottom. So my friends, how many c's do I have on top?
20.
22. How many on bottom? 25. Who wins, top or bottom?
Bottom.
By?
3.
So I have a 3 on top. I have this 3 on top over c to the 3rd. That's it. Do I have any more notes?
You have this.
I got one more?
One more.
One more problem. That's it? Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. What does this equal?
0.
No. 1. Thank you. So this is the same thing as just replacing 1. A base to the 0 is 1. All right, things that are going to move. This is going to move, this is going to move, this is going to move, this is going to move. Everything else is staying as is, except for the a to the 0 is 1. Okay, so I have b to the 2nd on top, a to the 5th, b to the 3rd, a to the 4th on top, right? And b to the 4th? And a to the 5th? Oh, wait, wait. Oh, see? Hang on, I got to erase that because I can't read my own writing. Okay, a to the 4th stays there. Agree? A to the 5th comes upstairs. Agree? B to the fourth stayed down there, but B to the second. So hang on, let's highlight why things moved. So this needed to move because it was negative. This needed to move because it was negative. This needed to move because it's negative. This needed to move because it was a negative exponent. Did I satisfy it? So let's see, B to the third moved here. B to the second moved here. B to the fifth up top. B to the second down bottom. Okay, so we could try and multiply things together, but let's do this. How many A's do I have on top? 9. How many A's on bottom? 5. Tug of war. Who wins, top or bottom? The kid with the finger. Kid with only 9 digits now. All right, how many B's are on bottom? 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there 9?
Yeah.
How many on top? 2. Tug of war. Who wins? Bottom by 7. Yeehaw. All right. All right, friends. We are going to do, you have the rest of the period to work on this, which is plenty of time. EEF number 2. And we're going to do the odds. Yes, you can come take a picture of it. It's right here and then the back side. Yeah, boy. I can just come in third. Yeah. Yeah, it's posted online. Oh, did it get it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else need a picture? You good? Good in the hood?
I was just waiting for everyone to walk away.
Huh. You spilled coffee on your shirt.
No. It's okay though. It is what it is.
Do what?
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Attendance. Odds.
That's odd.
Yeah.